All right, well, let's get going on this thing. I'm Zach, and this is the Fighter Stance Podcast, brought to you by Sheepdog Response. This is my co-host. To my right, Fat Pat Miller.
Thanks, bro. That's not going to go anywhere. I was the lioness. Now it's Fat Pat.
I still like the lioness.
I fucking Jack, bro. Fuck you.
Jack is
Patrick Miller. I teach the lunch classes here, and then kind of corral these ass faces.
He says corral, but he means bully.
Bully, yeah. Bully these guys into getting back here for this podcast.
100%.
Cody's, yeah. We'll talk about it later, but yeah. And then to my right is Nick Booty Judge.
Nick Booty Judge.
I like that one.
Nick Buttiglieri, head of products here at Sheepdog. But Pat, I mean, I feel like you can't get mad if someone calls you Fat Pat. You're literally competing in a few weeks in like the no weight division at IBJJF.
Also, do you know who Fat Pat
Ultra
is?
heavyweight.
He's a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
A really good rapper that died at 27. The 27 Club, right? You guys know about that?
I don't know. If that's, oh yeah,
All the celebrities. They really go with celebrities. Died
Yeah.
at 27.
Yeah.
Like Hendrix.
Damn.
That's the only one I can name off the top of my head. Like Tupac. he
There's
died at
definitely
27,
more.
Right?
There's definitely more.
I think Tupac.
Is that
died
like
at
the White
27.
Lighter Club?
God damn, I gotta look this up now.
That's like a similar thing.
Oh my God.
But anyway, to the
introduce
right,
the fucking child over there.
To the right of me,
I'm
we
not
got,
a child.
We got Cody. He's not a child. He just
He has a
teaches-
Bart Simpson tattoo on his neck. He's a child.
Well, I mean, he's gonna
he,
be
has
with that.
he has a fucking peanut butter and jelly, like fucking hot pocket on the table. A Bart Simpson tattoo.
man.
He's a fucking child.
He teaches the child's classes.
I know because he can relate to them.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you got me with that one. All right. My name's Cody Kretzler.
Hey, how old are those kids that go to your class?
I teach the preschool class. They start at 3 years old.
So you got some 4-year-olds in there?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
when I started wrestling. Fuck both of you.
Damn it, Pat.
Bro, I had a
Yeah,
Jocko
that's good.
Fuel and a Bueno, one right after another. I'm on fire.
Oh my God.
My heart might explode.
By the
too.
way, 27 Club, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain.
Damn.
There's a whole bunch of other ones people don't recognize.
Cody, how old are you?
24.
So you got 3 more
Got
years.
training a few years.
God, don't say that. Don't say that.
Knock on wood, Cody.
Right.
Assistant manager for Gracie United Cedar Park,
Nice.
and I teach the preschool classes.
So technically, for 1.5 hours of the day, you're my boss
yeah, you're right.
Why only 1.5 hours?
because I only teach for 1.5 hours.
Got it. That makes sense.
I mean,
And then
he's only
Yako's
teaching-
my boss the rest of the time.
He's only teaching for like 20 minutes. The rest is like yelling at people.
And Leche de Padre in them.
I
So
mean,
he got you with that today, Nick.
I smother choked a couple kids the other day in kids class.
Yeah.
3-year-olds?
Yeah, no. Like in the older kids class,
I
I was
know.
training with a couple of them, and like it was the gooder, like the gooder. I'm stupid. It was
Again, child.
It was the good kids, like the ones that are.
Hey, can
pretty
you read
skilled.
cursive?
And dude, I can't hardly read in general.
At least he's on.
I'm trying to figure out what the age group is for people who like could not they just stopped teaching them how to read and write.
Well,
in
so
cursive.
yeah, no, I learned to read and write it, but never used it. Like it was like in 4th grade I learned that.
It's like, why bother?
Never
right?
used it. Never written in cursive. My signature is my initials. Like, what's the point, man?
yeah. I'm gonna say though, Pat doesn't actually Leche de Padre anyone, or at least he doesn't Leche de Padre me. He just tries to crush your skull
Yes.
while he's on top of you.
I was telling someone the other day the difference between like when Tim smother chokes me, I'm suffocating.
Yeah.
When Pat smother chokes me, I tap because my nose is gonna break.
So now
I don't understand what the problem is.
You're tapping, aren't you?
I know.
Again,
I know, yeah.
if you do a rear naked choke and it's below the eyebrows, it's a choke.
I'm all for it. I know. I love to say like when people are like, "Oh, that was just a crank." Like, well, what's an arm bar? I'm just cranking your arm. You know, like it's a joint lock. Like a neck crank is a joint lock. It's all fair game.
I
But
love how every time Pat explains where the choke line is, it actually
goes higher and higher.
It's gonna be the back
Below
of
your
the head.
hairline.
Yeah, it's gonna be the back of the head soon.
I don't even know how that works.
I think I heard Nicky Rod say that first. Like everything below the eyebrows is a choke.
He stole it from
Okay,
me,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
You got it from Pat, I think.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean,
Were you showing him how to body lock pass last week? 2 weeks ago?
no. So you put some details in there. They were like super solid details that
Yeah.
I incorporate in like how I do it, but I will never S grip. Like he showed the S grip to like because you can roll that arm over.
Well, I remember you saying that because you hate the S grip, but I remember you saying that the one time that you use it is when you intentionally put it like on their spine because it hurts.
Yeah. Well,
And I do
or that, or I'll do Gable grip, or I'll do super Gable, especially if it's like a small woman or a child, and I can get there. Or
me.
Yeah.
He's looking at me like,
Yeah.
I'll beat him too.
I'll do it to him too because he's got Mikey Musumeci like feet, so like he's really good at like leg pummeling. So I'll have to like smash him. But I normally there's this thing in jiu-jitsu where you're a bigger dude and you roll with someone who's like smaller, and you just like it. I don't get anything out of the roll if I just like take you down and get on top of you and try to smash you, and you don't either. So it's boring. So like the first time he rolled, like he thought I was gonna wrestle him. I pulled guard.
Yeah, it threw me off. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I would
pull a guard.
I would just like to point out that that's exactly what you did the whole class that we rolled before. All you did was crush me like 12 times in 5 minutes.
I pulled guard though.
I don't. No, you didn't.
I butterfly swept you like 4 times.
He swept you a lot. I was watching.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Touche.
Pat makes me do front flips when we roll. He flips me around.
Bro, I saw him roll
then
with
crushes
like 100-pound woman today. He like threw her off of him 7 times.
Oh, is that the girl who does like Indian burns?
No, I do.
What?
I do. So no. So
They're the one
and
that you
they're-
pick
and
up every
listen,
time she
Hold on though.
triangles
They're
you.
Native American burns.
We don't know if it's that Indian though.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm trying to be culturally sensitive. So
It'd be real awkward if it's the other ones.
so when someone like when I tie up with somebody, if like I shake their hand, I'll immediately grab it. If they have a short sleeve rash guard on, I'll immediately go to Native American burn. Like right off the bat, I'm
So
like, what the
mean.
fuck? Like, who does that?
You're a bully.
I do.
You are a bully.
Yeah. So we need to do a video of me demonstrating the figure 4 underwear toe hold.
What?
I don't even know what you just said.
Yeah.
What?
So if Cody is willing to be humiliated, I will show it after this.
Do I have a choice?
No, I'm not gonna. No, I like no.
Do you like-
stranger danger, bro? No, I'll show you.
It's all consensual.
Yeah, yeah. You
Is it
have
like
to
a-
consent
The
to it.
underwear part is what's got me.
I'm assuming
confused.
it's like a super wedgie with a toe hold.
No, not really. Cody,
Joke's on you. I'm not wearing underwear, so
I got you there.
damn it, I have to do
it's not
something
gonna
else.
work.
Nick, I'll have to use you.
Damn it.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll do it afterwards.
Pat's like, I know you're
that
wearing
shit's,
underwear.
that
We
shit's
share an
fire.
office.
And now that we talked about it, we have to put it on the internet. So that's a thing. So whoever we do it to, we'll just black your face out, but you'll be wearing the same shit that you were wearing in this podcast. So everyone's gonna know who it was.
Quick shout out to Officer Grimy. I've been practicing my high ground. I got the high ground on Yako. Almost got to the crucifix. He countered it and then said that he apparently talked about like the counter to it on the podcast, but I didn't finish watching that one. So got me. I should have.
Officer
That's
Grimy,
why I
like a
watched
real-
the podcast, or you're gonna get high grounded.
What was your question, Zach?
Is Officer Grimy a real person's name or is that a
He was-
nickname?
That was on the
Oh, were you
podcast,
not
bro.
on-
Yeah,
no,
no,
he
he
wasn't
wasn't
on
on
it.
it.
He was on it.
Oh.
It was the one with Yako and John Wilson from Wilson Bros. He's the guy that did the EBI back take thing.
The
and
upside
he went
down.
upside
Oh.
down. And
Yeah.
everybody was like, is this
What?
motherfucker stupid? Joke's on you. No, he's a genius. An evil genius.
Dude, I know I followed him after seeing that, and like it's so cool. The stuff that he does, man, like he's just so unique in his style.
Speaking of following, like so B Team is part of Heroes Jiu Jitsu now. And like the last like week, Nikki Rod did a video. Ethan Krellison did a video, and then Nikki Ryan did a video. Bro, we got like 1,000 followers in like an
Damn.
hour the other
Damn.
day.
On Heroes?
My phone died because I was getting so many notifications from
You're so
Instagram.
popular.
Turn those off, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's important to know when
All of a
things are
sudden,
going
you're
on.
like a hot chick on Instagram. Like you
Yeah.
just don't turn notifications
Yeah,
on.
so
don't let it
but
go
yeah,
to your
but
head.
like so like I need it though because like I'm gonna go get my fingers tattooed on Thursday, and shout out to Alex Assad Tattoo. He just messaged me and wanted to know what I'm gonna do, and I don't know yet. So
You have a tattoo appointment and you don't know what you're gonna get.
Wait, you're getting more
That's the way
finger
to do it.
tattoos?
yeah, so I got to go below. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
I thought you were
get
doing OU.
yeah, I'm gonna do OU and then a diamond or like a crown and then a crucifix, but on this side I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna do like a samurai sword, but it looks like it's going through my finger right here.
Oh, I know
kinda
someone
cool.
who has that on his like wrist.
Yeah, Assad's got it on his fucking face, bro.
Does he?
Yeah,
No, I thought that was the other Alex that has it on his face.
I think both of them. No, I don't know.
They both have matching tattoos.
Yeah, he
On their face?
Yeah,
When I
both of them. But here's the problem with both those dudes: super jacked.
And both super nice.
Yeah, and let go of my feet. Both of them real big heel hookers.
Oh, I heel hooked Tori today, and I'm not gonna let that down. Like live that down, bro. Because he gives me a problem. I can't do anything to Tori. He's just so big.
So we need
What
to
happened
I heel
after
hooked
that?
him
He
today.
smashed the fuck out of you afterwards?
No,
He was cool
I
with
had
it?
him, yeah.
So the thing about Tori though is like he's a fucking athlete, bro.
Oh yeah,
Super.
Like he
Oh,
played
yeah.
like Division I college football.
That I did not know.
and
Like-
smart and a fast learner. You know, like
Yeah.
actually takes it in and like understands like why am I learning these
and
things?
he was
So quick.
out of everyone that works here, he probably trains the least amount. But like you show him a move, and you're like, oh no, he's trying to do it to me now.
Yeah, right away he's got it.
I think it's that athlete, not quite professional athlete level, but
He's-
college athlete level.
Well, I
He's
think
good
it's
at
mentality.
learning.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
good at learning.
He's
There's a
able to
whole like you can be
absorb
good at
body
learning.
mechanics, yeah.
I'm bad at it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things too where it's a like the dedication that it takes and like the work ethic it takes to become a Division I athlete. Like if you just carry that over to like life, like he's really good at
Right.
shooting and he's really good at instructing shooting.
Right.
So he just whatever he did to get to that level, he just carried over. He's gonna be on the podcast soon. Like the timing's bad because
Yeah.
he's so busy.
I honestly think it's probably also super helpful because he's like a coach, right? So he knows just like movements. So he understands when you're explaining things to him, like the importance of like the details.
Yeah.
Whereas like most people, like they ask you a question and they're already thinking about the next thing while you're like halfway in between explaining
But
it.
he's also got like also something else as hard as he has like longer hair. It's like bright and it like you try to like get your arm behind his head to like leche de padre him, and it's just fucking hard. Fuck, get your hair out of the way, Tori.
That's your complaint against
Yeah.
Tori.
Yeah, like, I don't like it.
I find it helps. I can get a good like strong collar tie. Back his head, you know.
Just grab the braids.
Yeah,
grab
well,
it.
like no, because it's like below the braids, and then the braids stop it from slipping off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
Yeah,
It's like whenever I go to choke Pat, his beard kind of gets in the way. So I'm like,
Bro,
can't
it's
choke Pat.
becoming a
I can't choke
problem.
Pat, man.
Yeah, there's a weird. There's
That's
this-
why I can't choke Pat.
How close
there's-
are you to?
Yeah, right. No, I'm.
There.
But it's
You're
like
almost
I'm
on
not the
Yako.
like so Yako could put his shit in a like
A ponytail on his face.
a chin ponytail, and like it stays out of the way. But if you like try to like cross face me or do anything, it's starting to like pull, and then some people just grab it and like pull on it.
Oh, like,
Like-
you did to me the other day.
What are you talking about?
Grab my beard and pulled on it.
You can't grab. Look at
I
this.
shaved it after, but
Hey,
when
also-
I had a beard,
hey, guys,
you grabbed
also-
it and pulled
I'm
it.
sure, Cody.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, right.
Happy New
It's like
New Year, new us.
the last one was Nicky Rod.
New Year, who dis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Year's is fake.
Well, Nikki Rod was, I guess it came
It's all
out after
perception.
Yeah.
It's all
in the
perception,
new
Cody.
year, but
What is
you
time?
guys recorded it before. I can't believe I missed that. I'm like super salty.
Yeah. What
about
were you
that.
doing?
I was in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I was-
Didn't you
that's
say
all.
some derogatory things about New Jersey in one of the podcasts?
I don't know. Maybe I don't think so. I'm from New Jersey. Why would I say?
Or was that
derogatory
Atlantic
things?
City?
Oh yeah, Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Not a good spot. You don't want to live in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Like very.
It's like Vegas. You don't want to live in Vegas either. You go there for a day or two, and you're like, I do not want to be here anymore.
Yeah, but see the difference is I feel like people like live in Vegas like are kind of like fine normal-ish people. They just probably like work in the casinos or something.
It's like
Atlantic
we're
City.
we're eliminating places we can
Not
go to hang
good.
out.
We're gonna
Like
piss off Vegas people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No,
Atlantic
man,
City people.
I love everybody everywhere. So
Because you've lived everywhere, so like
no, actually, with that being said, like Texas is the best people for sure.
dude, Texas is such the best people.
just like-
Like
It's true.
Like
So-
strangers are respectful to you for the most part.
Dude, that's
You
the
know,
best
Like
thing.
that doesn't happen almost anywhere else.
nowhere
man.
Yeah.
else.
When I lived up north, like no one
You know,
cares about you at all.
Georgia, also some nice people.
Well, it's the
I was
South.
a drill sergeant there for 2 years, and for the most part, everyone there is super respectful. I think like Georgia's nice. Florida, for the most part, like I've been
Yeah.
there a couple of times. It's pretty nice.
It's really just the north, especially the northeast, different vibe. Like
Do
my
you-
wife's in New Jersey now still, with the baby, and she told me she's like it's so lonely here. I'm like, and like she's like with her parents and like people around like all the time. She's like you go to like the store, like no one says hi to you, like no one talks to you, like
Yeah.
you're just like out alone in the world. I'm like that's weird.
Like what I remember seeing was so obvious is like in Texas, people will hold the door open for you at the gas station. Right?
Yeah.
Like, random, right? Nobody did that the whole time I like lived in Oregon or any, like
Really?
they don't even look you in the eyes. They act like you don't exist, versus like you see someone coming like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, no, people are super nice here.
Yeah.
that was we were only here for maybe like 3 or 4 months, and we went back to New Jersey. And you know how like when you're out and about, like people say, hey, like how's your day, like whatever, like just like pleasantries, like you're not even having like a full conversation, they're just like being nice to you out and about. My wife got into that like habit of doing that out, and she did it when she was in New Jersey, and people would like look at her like she was like some crazy person, like who's this person talking to me, like what's happening.
It's wild.
How big is the city you guys are living in there?
So we live like right outside New York City, so like I could see New York City from
That's probably
the town.
why.
Yeah, but I mean,
You get that many people stacked up on top of each other, they're gonna hate
I
each other.
definitely want to live there
Like I heard
someday.
someone,
man.
there was a band I listened to called Census Failed, and the lead singer, like
Yeah.
they lived in California for
They're
a
from New
while,
Jersey.
and then they lived in like New York, and he said that like in New York people will like say like fuck you to your face,
Mm-hmm.
and then in California they'll say like fuck you, but it'll be like behind your back.
Yeah.
And he was like, I would much rather just people talk shit behind my back, because like it doesn't ruin, I don't give a shit, I don't know about it, doesn't ruin my day.
Yeah.
But if you say fuck you to my face, then like that gets me
hurts my
down, or we
feelings.
have to fucking fight. Like he's like,
You have to do something about that, right?
I kind of feel the same way. Like you talk shit behind my back, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. But like if you do it to my face, I'm like, God, now I have to beat
Now it's
you
made
up.
now it's a thing
it
now.
stays on your mind. Yeah.
yeah.
I heard a great explanation of the difference between like the Northeast and like California, whereas like in New York and whatnot, people are kind of just like, they're super direct and like they come off as assholes, but they're like nice, like in general, like they want the best for like other people. Like they just, everyone's in such a rush, so like there's no time for like pleasantries. So it's like, what the fuck, what do you want? Like let me get it for you. Whereas like in California, it's all just fake niceness. Like they're actually kind of like assholes and like, what can I get out of this person? Like I need to pretend to be nice to them.
You know, it was crazy to me. I was talking to Candy Ken the other day.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out Candy Ken. He trains here now.
We got to get him on the podcast.
Super cool guy, like super humble. But he was telling, like, because he just moved to Texas after he came down and did that podcast with Tim. Like, moved right after, found a house.
Is
moved
that
his
why he
family
moved
down.
here?
I don't know. I think he was probably like thinking about it already.
It's
but
Austin. Everyone's
Yeah, but
moving
like,
here.
but
week-
also
week
like
that he was
Tim's
here-
assistant Rebecca, she like I think she like was like helping him, like he was asking questions about different areas. And she was,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
helping him.
she helped get him like a person to like help him with stuff.
Yeah, like the week that he was here for the podcast, he was looking at houses, and then like I don't know, the week later, I'm not sure, but moved here. But anyway, I was talking to him and just saying like, how do you like Texas and stuff, and it kind of like took me off guard that he said like, oh, it's awesome, my kid can play outside, and I was like, what do you like?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like in LA, like couldn't go outside, like you can't walk down the street, like there's homeless people everywhere, like it's not safe, like his kid couldn't play outside, versus here like you can just go out front and play in the front yard,
Yeah.
and that's just like it. I don't know, it's
And I'm
kinda
sure-
crazy. I get that it's like in the city sort
but
of thing
the-
versus like in a little neighborhood, but still, that's
I
just,
think this California though, like the take the people out of it, it's the scenery, like right, like it's the earth, right? Like
it's gorgeous
oh,
there.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
got the
Right,
ocean.
right,
It's got
right.
like different, like the, like it's beautiful, but then like they ruined it, and now it's just like miserable. You can
No,
go to
yeah.
the beach, but like you might also like have to fight 3 like homeless people on
Right.
the way there.
That's
I'm sure it was
definitely the
amazing
problem.
Yeah.
back in the day. Man.
Like
I bet it was really
I think
cool.
everyone who's like might be like anti-California, right? Everyone agrees that California is like the most beautiful place in the country. Probably there's very few places that have
Yeah.
like that nice
It's
Well,
up there.
coastline.
the whole thing is a coastline.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But then you get these people, and they just like anything else. People ruin everything, right?
Yeah.
And now no one wants to be there.
Miami's got some beautiful beaches though, too. Like there's some pretty beaches in Florida. There's also some really shitty ones, but like I was a drill sergeant at Fort Benning. It was in Georgia, so we'd go to Florida all the time, and beautiful. And there's a ton of stuff to do there.
Yeah,
But
Where is this at?
and what's that?
Florida.
Florida,
What part of Florida?
like
Miami.
Miami area, like
Miami.
even Orlando. Like there's still Disney World and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, even
Orlando's okay.
yeah,
Fort Lauderdale, super nice too. Which
Yeah,
just, like,
Daytona.
north-
It's basically Miami.
like
Yeah.
if you ride a motorcycle, Daytona's fire.
Yeah,
So-
I will say I just want to correct my statement before that I said California the most beautiful place in America. Sorry, Yako. I'm sure Hawaii. I'm talking continental, right?
yeah.
Continental.
I was going to say that.
Hawaii
But you meant
takes the
Conus
cake for sure.
Yeah,
But,
you meant continental U.S.
when I lived in
gotcha.
Oregon,
Is that what
the-
CONUS stands for? Continental U.S.
Conus, yeah,
Bro, I've been in the Army for so long, and they would always say "CONUS" or "CONUS."
outside of
And
continental U.S.
I
yeah.
didn't know that it. Yeah.
Wait, really?
Oh, you didn't know that?
We just talked about it at the meeting on Monday because it was on like one of the slides.
He already
it
stepped
was
out by
probably whenever I had to go teach
Oh,
jiu-jitsu.
He already
yeah.
stepped out, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because it said Oconus, and someone was like, "What does that mean?"
I only
It's
knew
like
that because I
out
was
of
in Hawaii for
continental.
so long,
Yeah.
like stationed out there.
Because
so I
they give
knew.
you extra fucking money. They're trying to take that away.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so expensive in Hawaii.
Yeah, I
You got to
know.
give them extra money to live there.
Yeah, right?
They're trying to take it away. Good job, Navy.
I thought it was just based on like the cost of living in the area.
Yeah, but
It is,
they
but-
give you cola, and it's like
What does
an
that mean?
Extra
Cost
money.
of living allowance.
Got it.
They give you extra money because it's so expensive.
No, yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
your normal army paycheck, you couldn't live there.
Fuck that. Even with the food they give you, like
Yeah.
you still couldn't afford to go out and do anything.
even if they paid for everything, like living in just existing, is more
No.
expensive than
So
your
if
paycheck.
you live, like, do you get it though? If you live in like the barracks and stuff,
Depends.
because when you were in the Navy, did you have to live on the boat?
I was never on a boat,
Oh,
so I was
You were never on a boat.
assigned to a
Were you even a
large.
real seaman?
I was an airman actually.
Oh, okay. Well, that
So
makes sense.
my aircraft I was assigned to is a P-3 Orion, which are large fixed-wing aircraft. They're too wide to go on a carrier, so it wasn't.
it'd probably fall into the ocean if it tried to take off on one.
What did you do on the aircraft? I've been curious about this for a while.
So I didn't actually work directly on the aircraft,
Oh, okay.
but I worked on components from the aircraft. So they would remove electronic devices or equipment that was repairable, and then my job was to repair said items if possible, and that's what we would do. So it's I level, intermediate level. There's O level, which works directly on the aircraft. Then there's depot level, which is basically sending it back to the manufacturer if I level can't fix it.
Interesting.
You know,
My
Exciting
grandpa,
stuff.
he worked on helicopters, and he always said that like he would never fly on a helicopter because like when he would watch that, like, they would come back in, and the repairs that he would have to make on them, he would just be like, how the fuck did this thing like not crash?
Yeah.
Like they would
Dude,
come back and
that's-
like the like 7 or 8 bolts that are supposed to hold the propellers on. There's like 3.
there's 3 left.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just like, I'm not ever going to fly on a helicopter. Like,
That-
after having to make all the repairs, you realize, like, this is so
That's-
close to being
Just-
bad.
Let's just specify that's like during wartime where they have to get the birds in the air.
Right,
Like,
right.
and like in like a not wartime situation, they're not just sending birds out with 3 bolts on a 7-bolt situation.
That's not true.
Right.
I was at NTC doing a training event, and I was in a fucking helicopter crash.
How many helicopter
You're in a
crashes?
helicopter crash?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
multiple,
That's
multiple helicopter
absurd
crashes.
to me. I can't fathom that you've, like, to me, a helicopter crash is not survivable.
So-
I
so-
get that, like, it is, but
So
like,
some
that
of them-
seems
some
like
of
a
them were
not
just-
survivable
so-
thing.
so there's
You've
this-
been in multiple. You're
Yeah.
a tank, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
but hold on though. So some of them, if we're gonna clarify this, I say crash. The Army has a funny way of like, if a crash would be it landing when it's not supposed to land.
Yeah.
Then they turn that into hard landings. Like I had this sergeant major who was like, if you get in a rollover, like I'm going to give you an Article 15. So a rollover is if the wheels or if you're like upright and it falls on its side, it's a fucking rollover, bro. Right? And then one of the vehicles in his fucking convoy, one of his fucking guys, they got in a fucking, like, if the vehicle, they were driving too fast, right? Because they would always be like, don't drive the fucking speed limit. And then you'd look at them on the fucking BFT and they'd be fucking speeding and be like, oh, fucking standards. Chow's about to close. That's why these assholes are speeding.
To clarify, Article 15 is a punitive action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Bo. And then, so then you look at it, and then like 2 weeks later, same thing, and one of their vehicles falls on its side. And then they turn it over. It's like, oh no, they're not going to get an Article 15 because that was a tip over. Oh, okay.
Wait.
So a tip over, we're fine. But if something happens and you're not speeding and you fucking roll all the way over, Article 15, fuck you guys. Like that shit. I'm so happy I'm fucking retired.
That
That
just-
shit irritates the.
It's all bullshit.
That just sounds like the most hilarious thing. It just tips over. But to go back to the helicopters and like not riding safe in them. I know 2 people who work on airplane parts. One of them will not fly at all because he knows I got to get on a plane next week. I'm
What
like,
about
bugging
the
out.
Alaskan Airlines
No,
flight where
yeah.
the fucking
Dude.
window flew out of it?
The whole
I was
fucking
watching
part of
that
the
last
fuselage
night.
flew off, dude.
No, yeah. So
Oh.
that's how the conversation came up with the second person. He like works for like one of the manufacturers. I'm like, yo, did you see this? He's like, yeah. He's like, honestly, I'm not surprised at all. He's like, there's so many things that kind of get like pushed through that like
Yeah, 'cause
something like that is
You have to
Bro,
maintain operations.
I hate
so-
flying, and I went to Kauai for my like retirement like trip, and it's 8 hours. I was white knuckling that motherfucker
I
for
hate
8
it,
hours,
man.
bro.
hate
And
it.
we sat closer to the back of the plane, so we'd get turbulence.
Oh God. When there's turbulence, bro, I'm just like, I'm ready to
Bro,
die.
when I went to DC,
I'm ready to die
fuck
when I
it.
get on.
when,
a
hey,
plane.
when I
I'm
went,
done.
so I went to DC for that Battle of the Branches thing, and we're flying in, bro. Like all the others, like stewardesses are like in their seats, and one lady is just walking down the aisle serving drinks. We got like some, not, it wasn't, again, I'm a big old like
Baby.
wuss, yeah, but it was like, we were doing this. And the lady next to me, we were talking. She's like, I don't like fun. I was like, yeah, I don't either. And we started getting that turbulence. She like grabbed my arm. She was like, I hate this. I was like, yeah, me too. And then you hear the other students just like, that lady, she's a badass. She should sit down. And I was like, I know, right? It's not okay. And then so I went to Uzbekistan to do some training. I came back and we were flying back. There was like a hurricane in Louisiana. And my buddy, Captain Doyle, he was like, hey, he's like, I was like, we got a little turbulence. It's like, we all right? He's like, yeah, he's like, my sister's a stewardess, so we're okay until they tell them to strap in.
Oh, God.
If they tell them to strap in, like, we're in trouble.
Well, you know what I heard?
So the pilot, like, as soon as he said that, the pilot said, flight attendants, go ahead and like take seats and strap yourself in. He looked at me and was like, we're screwed. And right after
going
that,
down, bro.
Yeah, right after that, we had like a 30-second just straight up drop, and then it like took off, like went back up and then dropped again, went back. And I'm sitting next to the window and I'm seeing like thunderstorms and shit outside my window. I'm freaking. I'm looking. He's like, we're still good. We drop again. He's like, we can't do much more.
Have you ever been on a small propeller plane? Because I had to do that once when I lived in Idaho. I had to like go to this small airport to fly like to a bigger airport. I was
like
on the
passenger.
small propeller plane, man. Oh, that thing sucks.
One of my
dude.
buddies was taking flying
it was
lessons.
shaking all over the place.
One of my buddies is taking a flying lessons and he has to like do it in one of those small propeller planes. He said that like during that, you like there's a part of it where you just like turn everything off and just like float and then kick it the fuck back on. I was like, so you turn the shit off. He's like, yeah.
Turn the
I was
engines
like,
off, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, how was that? And he was like, well, I mean, it's not bad. I was like, no. You're flying. And you
turned it
turned
off.
everything off.
Gliding is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
like,
a couple of my buddies are pilots, so like I've like flown in a couple different small planes. One was like a double prop plane, and he said that he has to do a yearly practice of putting a fire out, which he's not actually setting his engine on fire, but basically what he does is he cuts one off and he goes in a downward spiral to the ground, not to the ground, but just towards the ground.
not to the ground. I hope.
But to practice putting out an engine fire.
We just talked about how he has a friend who works on like airplane parts and is like, hey, I don't fly. You're turning this. So what if it doesn't come back on?
Well, guess what?
What if
You're dead.
you're cool?
That's why
like,
I'm
are we
not gonna
aiming for
skydive,
water?
bro. Like,
Are we aiming for water?
that's why I'm not gonna skydive. Like, what
You
if your
just try
chute
to
doesn't open?
glide it down
You're dead.
softly at 500 miles an hour.
Well, yeah, and I think to the point, I think
Fuck that, bro.
the idea of shutting off the
The
engines
hard landing, Pat.
is you want to know what to do when your engines actually fail. So
Yeah, exactly.
like then you don't panic.
Yeah.
right?
What if though you turn your engine on and it actually fails and doesn't come back on?
Well, you've been
and
practicing anyways.
My boy was like, yeah, I had to do it with someone
Hope for
with
the
me
best.
and then with someone without. Like, oh, I was like, you did it by yourself, and he was like, yeah. I was like,
You know what's super weird? I have the guy that I used to train jiu-jitsu under. He's recently gotten into gliding. I don't even understand how this works. They like pull a plane up into the sky and then he just like
Lets it go.
glides to the ground. That seems
the Wright
super
brothers?
sketchy.
Is he doing? Is he doing the Red Bull challenge? You ever see that shit? That's what we
yeah.
we should do a fucking sheepdog.
Oh.
Like they do like France, and they have the little fucking
Yeah,
ramp
yeah.
thing, and then you see how far you can go in like the water.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know how they taxi it up there, right? But I'll have to ask him when I'm back in New Jersey.
I think I've
but
seen that before.
it's
I think,
wild.
and I'm pretty sure it's attached to another plane,
Yeah.
and then it
okay.
like breaks off and it glides like for a long time.
I was
It's a
picturing-
super light plane.
I was picturing some
pretty
rednecks
sure.
like Bubba hooks up to the back of his pickup and like it just goes
Holy-
until he
That's
goes
the
in the
kind
air.
of shit that I want to do.
No, this is like it's a plane without. It literally looks exactly like a plane without propellers. It almost maybe more looks like a Star Wars kind
Hey,
of
what's
plane.
what's that
Yeah.
shit that you go where they pull the parachute behind the boat? What's that called?
Parasailing.
Yeah. So I saw this video, and this old lady and her husband are parasailing, and the rope breaks.
Oh god.
That's super sketchy.
Yeah, and they
What do
just
you
are
do?
fucking. Yeah, they're just like you hear the husband go, well, Fuck.
Well,
Well, fuck.
Because there's nothing to like steer it up there.
Yeah, you're
like
just-
they
that.
just start going up,
Yeah.
and then they come down fast, probably too.
No, I think that I don't think it was
Like,
like
if the wind turns or something.
yeah, I think I don't think
Yeah.
it was that bad. I think they got real lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I always wonder.
It's like when people are kite surfing and they just like boom and launch up like real high. Like, you got to come
Like,
down.
am
At
I
some
coming
point,
down?
man.
Like shit.
Yeah.
You're stuck in the air.
I mean,
all this is so sketchy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, it makes my palms sweaty.
Dude, skydiving to me is
I don't know if
stupid.
it's the I don't know if it's the bueno that I just drank, but like
yeah, probably.
yeah.
to be fair, you also don't go in the ocean, so
Yeah, because I'm smarter than everyone that does go in the ocean. Pat's with me on this one, right?
So listen,
the ocean is not for humans.
Hold on. I love the ocean.
you love the beach.
Hold on. Nope. Let me
You don't-
finish.
How do you love the ocean?
I love the ocean
Just wait.
as long as I could see my feet.
Yup.
Oh yeah.
So like I went on a cruise and we went to Mahogany Bay and we did like a beach like thing, like all you can eat and drink. And that water was so clear, bro. I went so far out. I was like, this is awesome.
You got past your knees.
Oh yeah. But I wasn't too crazy because of my daughter, but like yeah, like,
Can't be too crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like
What if you get eaten?
Yeah, like I'm not gonna throw her at the shark while I swim away. She's my baby.
See, but like humans have adapted to be apex predators on the land, right? The second you go in the ocean, you're no longer the apex predator.
Yeah, but also think about
you're at will of the ocean, right? Like it's just a split second. Like, oh, was that a shark? Oh no, my leg's gone.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if we're apex predators if you go into like the jungle.
No.
Yeah, I got a gun, bro.
Okay, it depends on the gun and
Yeah,
the size
but
of the
if
animal.
it's like if you have your little fucking Glock and a water buffalo,
Hey, if I'm
comes
going to
at
the
you,
jungle,
you're
I'm taking
fucked.
my M1A, bro. And if I got that, I feel pretty apex predator.
Or you will get eaten by a lion. Did you ever seen that? Speaking of lions, did you ever seen that thing where like Mike Tyson talks about how when he had the lion, he would have to wear a mask, where it's like a face on the back of his head, because like if you don't have that,
Oh, yeah.
the lion will like stalk. But if you have that mask, they think it's you think that you're facing it, and it'll leave you alone.
I could guillotine a lion.
Oh, are you kidding me?
You haven't seen those posts about like something like at some point in history we forgot that lions have terrible guillotine defense, because there's all like the old like paintings and stuff of people like guillotining
Oh, yeah, the
lions
Greek-
and stuff.
like the
Yeah,
Greek
yeah.
I saw this video, and this guy was like, it was like him, like people asked him why I work out so hard, and he's like working out, and then he was like, because I want to be strong. And there's a bull, and he's got the front of it, and he's like wrestling the bull down, and the bull like flips. I was like,
You know what's crazy?
oh my god, bro.
I remember watching what was it? It was the Who's Number One thing when they took them out to like ride a bull, not ride a bull, but like wrestle a bull.
Yeah.
And I think it was Andrew Tackett, like took down a bull, like I think twice, like had its head and like flipped it like a couple times. Man,
Was
like
it a baby bull?
no, I'm pretty. If I remember correctly, it was like
it was
a full size. It was
probably was-
impressive. Like it
probably
was
They're not
impressive.
They're not like
Yeah,
full,
but
like
also like
PBR
also
bulls.
though, but Big Dan was on that show too. So did Big Dan like if Andrew Tackett took it down, did Big
I don't
Dan
know.
throw it on his shoulders
I-
and do a couple back squats?
I don't remember exactly, but I remember like not only me but everyone being very impressed. Like,
Was it a trained
How
bull?
did this happen?
It just
I don't know.
did it
I
for
don't know the
show?
details.
Did you,
okay?
did you see when they arm
But it's
wrestled?
massive, man.
Did you see when they arm wrestled too?
No.
Yeah, so one of the other challenges they arm wrestled. The problem with that is Big Dan was like a fucking arm wrestler wherever he just wrecked everybody on like the other team was just like, well,
I mean, he's a specimen, bro.
mean,
Like, I
he's
think I've
giant.
seen Gordon talk about like Big Dan's the strongest person he's ever grappled with.
I can
bro,
imagine.
he comes in, so he just shaved. Like he usually has a beard. He just shaved. He looks like a child.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what is
he
the
is
deal
a
with?
child.
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
is it the deal with like people at New Wave, like the bigger, scarier dudes there? Like, oh, you shave and you look like a baby. Gordon shaves, baby. Big Dan shaves, baby.
Well, think about everyone here too.
Patrick
I wonder
Miller
what
shaves, baby.
Yako shaves, baby.
That's
Patrick
true.
shaves, baby.
Really? No, I think I,
don't
look
know.
older.
No,
I haven't seen Patrick shave.
We haven't seen
since
you
like
shaved, honestly.
a year ago.
Yeah, well, no, because I haven't even worked here. June, I haven't shaved since June. Trim.
He was in the army until
Do you-
May.
Me.
Do you
Right,
use
yeah.
a bunch of like oils and stuff in your beard?
Yes, he does.
Yes.
Keep it all nice.
Because if I don't, it looks crazy. Yako doesn't have to because it's so long.
Yeah.
When I get it that long, I won't have to, but I got to get everything like the same.
Yeah, I gotta moisturize the crap out of my beard, or else it gets all like dandruffy. I hate it.
I do nothing to my beard. My beard's short right now, but Everyone's always like, what do you
fuck
do?
is
It's
this?
so
What are you-
magical.
Talking about products? What the fuck is this?
Beard products.
Yeah.
Beard products.
We might as well talk about this product while we're sitting there talking
Talk
about.
Oh yeah.
products.
Hey,
Oh.
also, yeah, 100%. So this
Shout out
is
to
the
Defense Wipes.
second podcast in a row where I only had like 20 minutes to come in here after teaching a class.
Yeah.
With Nikki Rod and them, like I only had 20 minutes. And then today I only had 20 minutes. It was like, there's no way because we don't have showers here. And
Yeah.
they closed the Gold's Gym down. That's like the closest to here. Yeah, the one over by
Why is it
the
closed?
Target and stuff, they closed it down.
I didn't
So
know
now
that.
there's it's like 8 miles away, but it takes 15 minutes because like most of it's like 30 minutes. So if we didn't have defense wipes, I'm sure that I would have like staff or something. So these,
And I'd probably smell you over here too.
Definitely
but
smell him.
you
He's a smell
don't
guy.
smell bad.
yeah.
Although he does like whenever he comes in the morning, he smells so good. I don't know what kind of
Using defense soap at home too.
what he uses.
Yes, I do.
I use Defense
There
soap
it is.
every single time I
Yeah.
shower. Shout out
But-
Defense soap, sponsor me.
Yes, but these, well, they do the podcast, but the
Cody's like, I need some
yeah,
for my
this
house.
the having defense wipes
We'll get you some
have
soap, Cody.
saved us. And again, they're in every office. Like this one right here,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
keep this on the desk. I just grabbed it out of Zach's office.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one in the coach's office. It's so
Yeah.
useful.
Oh,
man.
now you have one over there. Cody
Yeah,
used to come
yeah,
into our
'cause they-
office
they-
and
'cause-
steal ours.
Yeah, they sent some stuff a little while ago for Heroes, and I was like, we're putting this in here. And then they did a tournament, and then they won these little gift packs.
Yeah.
Which the gift pack's dope. It's got three bars of defense soap in it. It's got like the wipes, and then it's got this little like gel thing. I remember growing up wrestling, like they had some stuff that you can like put on before you train to like keep you safe. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Interesting.
we had that
I've
stuff
heard of that.
in and
Well-
out of wrestling rooms like my whole like
Yeah.
growing up since I was 4.
Since
Like
he
you
was
guys, that's
4.
double, bro.
I think defense soap, I'm not sure, but does that in a sense where like if you use it consistently, it builds like a biome on your skin that is supposed to help fight against staph. So like even if you don't shower like right after, like there's a better chance if you're using it regularly that you're not gonna.
There's
get
also
that
this
stuff.
crazy thing. I don't know. kind of
Also,
black-
hold on. That wasn't a read, everybody.
I know
Cody
that's why I said
just- Cody
I
just
led with
spit that.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah. That wasn't a read. That was just Cody freestyling, if you
well, so
will.
I do know like because I was looking into it once when like last year I thought I had ringworm. I didn't, but
Ringworm's the worst.
I thought I did, and
No,
it's like I was using
It's not.
antibacterial
Staph is
soap.
the worst.
Okay.
I was using just like a strong like antibacterial soap, and apparently like it kills all the good bacteria on your
Yeah.
skin, and the good bacteria is what like feeds on the staph and gets and like fights it off
What's-
constantly because like everyone has staph on their
so-
skin,
all-
but like it's about is
Yeah, you
it
don't get
getting
staph.
infected,
Also,
you know?
yeah, that's 100%.
Staph is just there.
But
It
like
just gets in your skin.
MRSA or
sometimes.
whatever it's called, that's
MRSA's
just
the
the worst.
worst.
I remember when I was coming up fighting, it was like my 3rd fight, and I got like MRSA, like my leg was like double the size, and like my coach like, just don't train, just try to like run. I was like, bro, I can't even walk. And I went and met Matt Hughes and Stefan Bonner.
Oh damn,
Yeah, because they came to like the PX,
that's cool.
and I was like, my leg was like oozing shit out of it. Yeah,
That doesn't sound fun.
rough.
So just to clarify, MRSA is just a really strong.
Staff.
I think it's when
Staph,
staph
yeah.
like gets in your blood and it's like spreads.
I thought it was.
It's antibiotic resistant.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
staph
say.
is what it is. I can't pronounce what half these words are. And what
very
MRSA.
$10 words, not even $5 words.
That's some $15 words right here.
What is that?
I'll try it.
What is that? You
need to
never
go
heard
back
that
and
before?
Look at the
I guess
Sean
I used
podcast.
$1 words.
Methicillin resistant.
Yeah, what Sean say?
Staphylococcus
Bucolic.
aureus.
And he also says yacht instead of yacht. Remember we said
Dude,
yacht?
yeah, when Sean said that, that threw me off. I was like, what did he just say?
Yeah.
He said yacht, but meant yacht.
Yeah. He
Yes.
says yacht. She's like,
That's how you
I
spell yacht.
pronounce all my vowels. I was like, except
love
for the
Sean.
fact that you can't pronounce vowels. Like not the actual like letters, the word.
Oh my god.
We got to get Sean back on the podcast.
Yeah, no.
He was
I
so
told
good.
him we are.
Oh, yeah.
Probably at the end of this month, we'll have him back on when everyone gets back,
Yeah.
and it's just going to be drunk. We're not going to get drunk. Well, maybe. But Sean is going to tell Sean drunken stories.
Nice. I like it. Sean's. Yeah.
We
Oh,
could drink
we
some
should,
some Bueno and tequila.
Well, so we are going to do this too. So we're going to do like, mark my words, this is going to happen. I'm going to fight tooth and nail for this, but we're going to do a fight companion.
Yup.
So we're going to do one before as like a test run because I want to make sure it works. And then for UFC 300,
When's that?
March, I think.
Perfect. Is it after March 16th?
is April 13th.
There you go.
Perfect.
Oh.
We'll do it out there in the pro shop, but we're gonna do a fight companion, and I'm gonna go to the Class 6 on Fort Cavassier or Cavassis or whatever the fuck it's called now.
What's classics? Is that like duty free?
No, so it's where you get like the booze, like it's like the liquor store on post.
That's just the name of it.
Yeah, the Class 6. There's different names, but it's what they call it on every military base.
So basically a duty free.
Yeah. And but they sell like this like Patriot special
Why would we want that?
because it's funny.
He's doing it specifically because it sucks.
Yeah,
Got it, got
the
it.
tequila, the like whiskey, like the rum, all of it comes in like the same plastic bottle.
They just literally write with like a Sharpie. This is tequila. This is rum.
It's disgusting. Like it's like so you know like you reach for like Smirnoff, it's like in the middle, right?
I don't know if Smirnoff's in the middle, but sure.
yeah, but it's not like that. Like it's like the nicer, but it's it's
Sure,
decent, right?
yeah.
It comes in a glass bottle, not a plastic bottle.
But this shit is like underneath the bottom shelf. You have to like reach down underneath.
Get it out the box.
Dust it off.
Yeah. It's the shit that like an E3 with like 4 kids drinks on the weekend because he has no money.
The weekend? You mean every night?
Tuesday, yeah.
Every night? Yeah.
This is fucking rough, bro. But yeah, we're gonna get some of that, and maybe a little bit of Tito's.
Ooh,
But then we'll make drinks using Bueno.
yum.
That'll
I'm
be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out Bueno.
Shout out.
We'll have
Keeping
like
us all running here.
yeah, but we'll have like a fight companion with that. That'll be
That sounds super fun. Also,
like
I'm
that
glad
idea.
that it's in April because I'm not drinking until mid-March.
oh, because you're doing that challenge.
Yeah.
So I saw a video today, and you were riding a bike. Well, tell us what this
saw
challenge
that
is,
too.
bro.
75 hard.
Yeah. So
Um,
hold on.
okay.
Caveat to this.
Sure.
I saw that and I was
for
like, I want to do that. And then I took my dog on a walk, and it was like the wind was just kicking my ass, and I was like, no.
It was so cold this
Yeah.
morning.
Quits before he started.
Oh no, because I did that for 20 fucking years, bro.
I'm just making fun.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, it gets my heart going because I'm like, I could do that, and that would be cool. I'm not hardcore anymore. No,
you don't
like,
have to be.
You don't have to be.
You did your time.
Thanks,
Did your
bro. No,
time.
but you know what I'm saying? Like, part of me is like, bro, you could do that. 75 hard, no big deal. And then I was like, after day 3, it'd be like, no, fuck this.
Someone
I'm going back
explain-
inside.
Someone explain what the 75.
Yeah, do it.
yeah.
What is it? What is it?
So it's a mental challenge more so than anything.
Yeah, because you got to be outside.
Well, yeah, part of it, but like it's just like a bunch of. It's basically all things that you don't want to do.
Builds discipline.
Yeah, so it builds discipline and whatnot. But so for 75 days, you have to drink a gallon of water every day, which
Not
is
bad. Not bad.
not great though if you're not like strategically like drinking throughout the day.
You
Like
have to pee right now.
I actually don't. I stopped.
Do you
I
know
stopped drinking
You know the
because of
best
that.
way to do that
What?
is when you wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
because a gallon is like, what,
128 ounces.
120 ounces. So when you wake up in the morning, get like 32 ounces in immediately.
Oh yeah, just a quarter of a gallon. Just
Yes.
before
That's a
you
great
do
way to
anything.
start your
Yeah, no.
day
So
too.
do like 20 ounces.
Yeah,
Like, and then
that's what I do. I have like
Right,
a
yeah.
I have like a 20-ounce shaker,
you
so I
count-
make sure I get that before I come to work.
Do you count coffee with the water? There was a just
No, it's just straight water.
Anyway, sorry. Go
Like
ahead.
so, even if I do like a pre-workout or something like that, doesn't count. Just
Okay.
like straight water. So you have to drink a gallon of water. You have to do 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes each.
Yep.
One of those workouts has to be outside. That's what really sucks. That's what like really builds the
This would be
like let's do it.
if we were in California or Florida, it wouldn't be that bad. But we're in Texas and it's cold as shit right now.
Yeah,
Dude, I saw you riding your bike and it looks so rough, bro.
it was.
Yeah, I saw your face and I was like, I just want to put like hot hands on there to warm them up.
Dude, next week's gonna be so bad.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be
yeah.
like in the teens next
Yeah.
Monday.
I'm
Jeez.
gonna be in New Jersey next week, so it's probably gonna be even worse.
Dude,
Yeah.
you might get stuck in New Jersey next week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Snowstorm? We're getting a snowstorm?
It's supposed to be pretty bad. Like
It was.
Yeah,
especially
fucking
way up
Mike
there.
Glover like posted like make sure you got food and water, and I was like, I don't have enough room in my RV to put a whole bunch of extra food and water.
But no, yeah.
MREs, bro.
And I saw that the whole nation next week I think is going to be like below
Except
like 20
for Miami.
30%.
Global warming.
Are you going to Miami?
Oh, we should all go to Miami. Fuck it.
We were supposed to go to Miami, but that's a different point.
Anyways,
whole
so
different thing.
so continue.
Okay, so yeah, so 2 workouts, one has to be outside. You also can't like a small caveat to it, like they can't be back to back. So I can't like lift for 45 minutes and then go run for a run. Like you have to like separate it to make it harder.
So that's why you've been doing jiu-jitsu.
Well, also just because I want to do jiu-jitsu, also because
New
my
year. Who
new year,
dis?
new year, new me, and I don't know. Yeah, I want to get back on the jiu-jitsu train.
No,
I didn't train while the 3 months after my daughter was born.
Did,
They're also not here, so that I mean, that doesn't really help because I'm doing it during the day. But
Bro.
Did Vanek, that's how you say his name, right? Did he
Yeah,
ankle
Vanek.
lock you like 100 times on Sunday? Because
He
I know he's
did.
been waiting for you to come
Oh
back.
my God, he was so excited when he saw me at Coffee Crew.
He tells me every time, like, tell Nikki I'm ready for him. Where is he hiding?
So what's the last of it? It's like follow a diet. I saw.
Yeah,
that.
follow a diet. So it could be any diet that you want. Mine is just like counting calories. So it's like hit certain proteins, and like stay under my calories. Read 10 pages of like a nonfiction book. So it's like betterment of you. I know you can't read, Cody.
That's
It's okay.
hard.
Is this like a
Dude.
David Goggins
Does
thing?
audiobook work too?
Reading
No, not
hurts
audiobook doesn't
my
count.
brain.
You have to
It doesn't
actually
count?
read.
Wow,
You have to
okay.
read
Bro,
a
Bro, it
real
would take
book.
me 4 hours to read 10 pages.
Same.
Well,
Same.
I
Can
mean,
it be a
Reading hurts my
comic book?
brain.
it needs to be nonfiction.
Graphic
so like,
novel?
I
Graphic
mean,
novel?
maybe if they write.
What about
those-
Tim's comic book? That's real.
That really happened, dude.
There you go.
Bro,
I mean,
so the Miami thing you brought up, it reminded me of this fucking alien thing I saw.
oh, dude, the
There's an
alien.
alien
Let's
that's
let
mall
him
in
finish.
Miami or
Let's let him finish the
Oh, yeah,
75
yeah,
hard,
yeah.
and
we
then
fucking go, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Dude,
They
did you guys see that?
hold on.
Wait,
Caveat
let-
to this. So there's in this office, every once in a while they'll get into a conversation and it'll be like everybody will be getting hot and heavy. And I just walk by and I go, fucking stop. Remember what you're talking about. And we'll talk about it on the podcast. Because sometimes they'll get so worked up. Like Shane was fucking out
Oh my
there.
God,
And I was like,
Shane.
you guys, no, don't stop it. Don't do this. You guys are
We have
going
to
down
get
this
Shane.
rabbit hole and it's fucking gold.
I could go down that rabbit hole
Yeah. So
every
hey,
day.
listen,
All right.
listen.
We will go in a second.
1, 2, 3. Wait, are you done? Is that everything?
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
guys.
no, you're
got
good.
excited.
That was a great segment, honestly. The last thing is like you have to take a picture every day, which sounds super easy. That's like the hardest thing. 'Cause
Dude,
it's
yeah,
like
what's
such
your
a-
picture?
specifically
every
a picture of like your physique or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
any
yeah,
picture?
picture.
Just
Oh,
random-
see.
take a picture.
Yeah,
I took
yeah.
a picture of.
Well,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
that's what I thought it was. It was like a random
Yeah.
picture that can't be the same as the one.
No,
before.
no,
I took
of
a
your
picture of a
physique.
butterfly.
No, you take a picture every day, and the whole idea is just like so you see the progress. Over
That's
the
kinda
75
cool.
days.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go to like my Instagram, I did this. I've done this a few times. I only finished it once, but the first time that I finished it, it's like posted to
So
like, pinned.
daily, you're posting the pics too.
I haven't been daily posting pictures, but if you go back to the first time I did it, I like made like a reel of it all together, and it's like wild how the change happens in 75 days because it's like not that long.
Are you posting? Are you posing like topless?
Yeah, topless.
All right, ladies, you heard it. Nick, what's your handle?
You know what's kind of crazy
Nick
about
Booty
that?
Judge, you can go over there and judge his physique.
Yeah,
Judge his booty.
it's not looking great right now.
No, I saw the every time you do the thing, you just look miserable on your bike. I feel so sorry for you.
Well, to be fair,
It's cold as shit outside.
It is cold, and I've been doing it in like a better way than I've done it in the past. And granted, I have like all this freedom because my wife's not here and my baby. But so like I need to like if I need to get out, need to get it done in the morning, and then if I get jujitsu in the afternoon, then I'm like golden because I get to go home and like relax.
It's been nice having you back on the mats. Like when you did the
Good to see you
Austin
back.
Open, you were like dedicated. You were in here like all the
Yeah.
time, and then because we were so busy here, like you
Yeah.
haven't been in there. And now that you're back on there, like because we're office roommates now, I'm so excited because I get a fucking smash. You know?
and that
Khabib style smash.
and that's the other reason that I'm back to. Obviously, like 75 hard helps, but the fact we just like calmed down. Everything was crazy for Black Friday being like an e-com company.
That's like 2 months of us just.
Well, and your
Yeah,
not
bro.
being
I
on
remember
baby
doing those
too,
mystery
you know? I feel like
boxes
that was
And a
for
baby
like,
too, yeah.
we did this mystery boxes like because we would come in and we're like, we got to do 200 mystery boxes, and I'd be like, oh my god,
No, yeah, it
And
was,
we
it
just
was
be-
wild.
the sling and fucking
Yeah.
everything. I'm not gonna give away what's,
But-
but
but
it was
no.
they're pretty dope.
Yeah, but no, Cody alluded to it too, right? And then like right before all that, like we just had the baby, so everything was like crazy since
That's true.
that happened.
Bro, having a kid, like, if you're like not selfish, it's like hard to like get back into like do, especially jiu-jitsu because
Yeah.
it takes
That's why
up so
I
much
don't
time.
wanna have
Although
kids,
I will
man.
say this, not really for you because you work here.
Yeah, yeah. So I have like the loophole, but I think I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people stop
Yeah,
jujitsu
and
when they have kids and stuff.
Cody, you have a smoker coming up, right? Like
Yeah, it's just like it's TBA, just like a Muay Thai sparring.
what does TBA mean?
Or, no, not
Is
TBA.
that a
Sorry,
brain injury?
MDL.
Yeah.
It's a Muay Thai
TBA, it's Traumatic
No.
Brain Association.
No. Muay Thai Development League. It's just like a super low tier, like
Yeah, it's
like
still dope though that you're
smoker
doing it. Like,
thing.
So is it
It's just
Muay Thai
the-
or MMA?
It's Muay Thai.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we had this conversation because Cody wants to be a fighter, And I told him, I was like, bro, you talk about this all the time, but he's like, well, I'm in. I was like, yeah, but like, just get in there and do it.
Yeah, no,
So
it's just the
he's-
first step of like getting my toes in the water,
'Cause
getting the competition rust out of the way, you know.
The way that I look at like a Muay Thai smoker, right? It's the same way I look at like a jiu-jitsu tournament, right? It's just different parts of a fight that are going to get you like the more you
Right.
compete in jiu-jitsu or do like Muay Thai smokers, it's you're just more like a fight. So it's better for you if you actually do want to fight. Like I think
Right.
that's awesome that you're doing that, and you're going to cut weight, so you're going to kind of get that thing too. Like that's badass that you're finally doing that.
Yeah.
I just want to say real quick about that 75 hard. Like, it's kind of crazy. Obviously, no disrespect to anybody doing it because it's a good thing, but it's kind of crazy that like all of those things, they're pretty simple things. They're like it's stuff that everybody should be doing every day,
Yeah.
like regardless.
Yeah.
You know, like drinking water,
100%.
working out. You know,
except
like
for the
that-
outside thing. Like I like to go
Well,
to
like
the-
you should be outside.
I like
you
that.
know, like
Yeah, but I like
it's
to work
pretty
out at the
standard.
gym.
Like it's just it kind of shows like how unhealthy we've become as a society. That like that's a 75 hard challenge when
Oh,
like
yeah.
that should be standard. You know, you should be drinking water. You should be working.
Yeah, bro.
out.
There's dudes that like they're
No, I know,
working out outside. What if I just like if I'm throwing shingles all day outside?
Well,
Does
I mean,
count
that
as a
counts. Yeah,
fucking
that's a workout.
Yeah,
That's where most of my strength comes from. Shoveling gravel, man. That's what I did for
Dude.
years.
Yeah,
Shoveling
but, like,
gravel, moving wheelbarrows.
it's a fad thing. But there's some dudes looking at that shit like I do like 6 hours of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
strongest.
And I drink a gallon of water because if I don't,
That's what
I'll
I'm saying.
die.
Like that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's standard for you, you know. So it
Yeah.
just kind of shows
Any-
that like
so anyways, we
how
got
easy
off-
it is to get off.
Yeah, we got
track.
off on a tangent, but let's talk about these aliens
Dude.
in a mall in Miami.
Oh, what?
Like,
Oh, is
I'm
that what it was?
I'm
I saw something
well,
about that.
so
That's what-
ready for you
Yeah.
guys to hold on. I'm so ready for you guys
Oh.
just to fucking send it, and then like I just threw that out there, and now I'm just gonna be.
So that's the
quiet
thing.
for a while.
I saw the post the other day of like the line of just
Yeah.
cop
Yeah,
cars.
tons of cops.
Is there any
Like
is there
hundred.
any like evidence, photos, anything
So,
showing?
here,
Because I
I'll
saw
tell
that
you.
it was like there was like what 15 like foot like tall
Yeah. All right.
beings
So,
or some
so
shit like
I'll,
that.
I'll tell you what the basic thing is. Zach probably has a little more information on it, but basically there was like, yeah, I don't know how many for, if you guys haven't seen it, there had to be like 100+ police cars, right?
Yeah.
Something,
Oh, yeah.
Something insane like that. And the official story with our little tinfoil hats on, the official story was there was like apparently a bunch of hooligan kids like fighting in the mall
Yeah, no.
with
It-
sticks.
and I mean-
That was the story.
so many cop cars that like they aren't even all gonna get there.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
what-
it was like an insane number. And then apparently some guy came out and said he was in the mall and he saw like a 10-foot like creature or alien or something,
humanoid
Then-
figure.
Then he like recused his story, and like so like someone probably got to him, but then they found some like footage from like a helicopter, which was like the worst footage I've ever possibly seen, but it looks like a giant figure is kind of like walking down the street next to all the cop cars.
Yeah, there's like no
Aliens
footage
are real.
available anywhere
Aliens
except for
are
that
real.
one helicopter footage. If 100 cops show up at a mall to shut it down, wouldn't there be like everybody trying to record something?
Yeah.
but there's
But
no
on-
footage. from
think about
inside.
this. Think about this, right? So like the technology that exists versus like the technology that like we see every day is different, right? So there's probably an easy way that they could just like
Shut off everyone's
delete
phones.
all your shit. You know, like oh, anyone who took a video in that area, like deleted.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
If
like
it was
they
just
could, they
a
could
normal
probably do
thing.
that, bro.
If it was a normal thing, why would there be no video footage?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not some kind of normal thing. Is my point. So there's
They-
some
they are
reason it's
hiding
being
something.
hidden.
And then
If they decide to use said technology that may or may not exist, that Cody talked about a minute ago.
yeah.
Right. Like
I mean, I'm sure they definitely have that, right? Like you fly in out a helicopter. And
oh, I'm
just,
sure
like,
they're
bust
levels
everyone's
ahead of
phones.
like what we see. You know,
Oh,
like
of
that's
course.
got to be.
Yeah.
So
Have y'all listened to like Bob Lazar?
Yeah, we were
I
talking
was
about that
listening-
yesterday.
I listened to that
guy's
guy
wild.
on Rogan's podcast a few years ago. Like the shit he saw, like at Area 51, or I think it was S4, not Area 51. It was close to Area 51.
No, I think it was well, whatever. I don't,
it was
I don't know
like
what the difference
15
is.
miles from Area 51. But the shit he saw was just like way ahead of our time. He saw like multiple craft that the U.S. government has, but this is, of course, speculation.
all right, real quick, Zach. Do you believe in aliens?
Oh yeah,
Nick,
100%.
Pat?
Pat's like
Over there
so
taking
not
a
into this.
selfie.
Are you so not into this? You don't care about aliens?
No,
Do
no,
you
no,
believe
no.
in
Hey,
aliens?
listen,
You believe in
I
aliens.
talk so much on this podcast about fighting in jiu-jitsu. I just wanted to wind you guys up and walk away.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, bro. Like,
Okay, yeah. No, I'm just making sure. I'm just getting like a
Obvi.
statement
no,
from everyone. Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Now continue.
And I mean, I think the best argument for aliens is probably the fact that the chances that we're the only intelligent life forms in an infinite galaxy seems pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if
There's no way.
infinite is actually infinite, then like let's be real, right? Like
I don't think people
they
understand
exist.
what infinite means.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, people are like infinite, like yeah, it's that far. Like no, it keeps going.
Like,
you
not
can't
defined.
fathom. Yeah,
It's infinite.
you know what I heard someone say one time, which I thought was like funny. I'd never thought of this perspective before, but imagine if Earth was like a protected planet in like the I don't know like galactic like council or whatever, right? Has said that like, hey guys, you can't go like near Earth or to Earth or anything like that.
Can't
right?
interact with these
Which,
like
lowly, like
low
don't interact
class.
with them, right?
Like, they just figured it
maybe,
out, guys.
Maybe like humans are endangered or
Endangered
something,
species.
right? Yeah,
We're the only
or maybe like
one of our
a
kind in
lot
the
of species
galaxy.
on Earth are endangered, something like that, right? And so
Something.
they've said like don't interact with them, right? And then
Just
it would also
study them.
explain. It would also explain why like anything that does happen that's like alien activity is like drunk aliens or something, you know, like the hooligan aliens that like crash land here that weren't supposed
that's
to
a
be
good point,
here,
yeah.
and then like they get in trouble and get like pulled back and like are disciplined. You know, it's like it would make sense why like nothing. It's like all kept on the low. It's because they're like the ones that do come here get in trouble for it.
That makes so much
Like,
sense.
that would be I could see that.
It's like when we go to the Amazon rainforest and we see a tribe that's never interacted with other like modern day humans. We're like, leave them alone, guys. Like, let's not ruin
like,
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what the aliens are doing. That makes sense. That also like checks out. I was telling Zach yesterday when we were on the alien talk about there was this like crash in Brazil in this town, like I think like 25 years ago or something. And it was like, this guy was on Rogan too. And it was just a very convincing story. Everyone in this like city in Brazil, like knows, like everyone knows about it. And like apparently these like three girls like rolled up on this like alien and he was like injured and he's like, help, like telepathically he's like, help me. And I don't know, the stories were just crazy around it, but there's like a lot of sightings. The question though is like, why don't we have video? Like everyone's got a camera.
Right. Well, I mean, it goes back to what I said earlier. Like, if aliens are able to fly here from across the galaxy, like they probably can just delete whatever we get. You know, like.
But also, if you listen to Bob Lazar's thing, he's talking about it's like the technology they use. It's like it defies our perceptions of things.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
He was talking about this one thing he worked on at S4 when he was like in the 80s when he was working there, and like it was some sort of generator of some sort that created gravity just out of nothing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you couldn't touch it. Like it would like push your hand away like a magnet. So basically, what he realized in the 80s, which they confirmed in like 2016.
I was gonna say, right?
Gravity.
Like the Tic Tac, like that.
Yeah, then the early 2000s. Yeah. And that was a huge thing because so many different like naval officers saw it. They're
Yeah.
like, this is what we saw. This
Yeah.
wasn't a radar blip. This is we all visually saw it.
Yeah.
But
It's like Interstellar, man. Is one of my favorite movies, but it
Great
at
movie.
the towards the end,
I've never seen
when
it.
it shows.
You never saw Interstellar? Go
Dude.
watch
do I
Interstellar.
need to see it?
This will be a spoiler. You need to see it.
Go for it.
Immediately. It
I'm okay.
immediately became
It's
like
very
one of my
old.
top favorite movies of all time.
Okay, go
It's one of
for
those
it.
movies like you watch it and then you're like, oh, I can't wait to rewatch this.
So for
I
everyone
like
listening,
the robot.
For everyone listening, spoiler alert! If you want to fast
like-
forward through
it's
this,
at least
it's been
10 years
long
old.
enough, yeah.
fair
but
enough. Go for it.
So like in the end, the way that it shows like that next dimension, you know, where he's like trying to communicate with himself and his daughter again, and it's like it really just opens your eyes about that like that technology that we just can't fathom type of thing, where like if like we can't truly fathom like,
Yeah, you
what
didn't-
could possibly exist, you know, because like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense to us. Like we will never really understand that.
For Zach's point of reference, because I don't think he knows what you're talking about right now. But like in the movie, there's basically like they're getting like signs from like what they assume is like aliens or something, and
Or like a ghost or something.
a ghost or something. Yeah, and it turns out that he went into like he made it into this like black hole wormhole, and it was in a fourth dimension, and it was communicating with the past.
He was like
okay.
he was like looking through like
It was
life
wild.
in like this other angle and like looking through. It's just like it made you realize like, oh, if something like this did exist, I wouldn't really be able to understand.
Do you know though that in that movie it's supposed to be like people in the future are the ones who,
Right. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
we were
So-
warning ourselves.
Yeah, so it was actually humans figured it out,
Right.
and they went back
Which-
through time.
could also be the argument for like aliens. You know, it
No,
could
that's
be
what. So that's,
us.
I think that's what Shane was saying.
Yeah.
So I think that like we were talking about like Globeki, whatever.
Gobekli Tepe.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, I think that like people like the Earth has like died and healed, died and healed,
Right.
died
Oh,
and healed.
100%.
Like, and what we're seeing in like that would be like the remnants of it.
Right.
So like, I think like the pyramids kind of the same thing. Like they think like the Sphinx was something else, and then they like went to work on its face and turned it into whatever.
Well, I think that's like that's not hearsay. I think they know. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what the mainstream
Nobody
paleontologist is, but no, like it's pretty.
Yeah, but like all the Egyptologists in Egypt are like, no, there's no way, and they're like holding back like real research going into that. Like what's the Graham Hancock's show on Netflix?
Ancient Apocalypse.
Fire,
Ancient
bro.
Apocalypse. So good, dude. So good.
We were talking about.
perspective.
I told Zach yesterday he's got to watch that.
Yeah, but
so
if you look at
good,
that,
man.
they're like people are so like some of the experts are like so hardcore against like shows like that being released because it's
Right.
like
It
because
challenges everything.
it will attack their livelihood if
Yeah.
they let it happen.
Well, one of the things that, like, I mean, there was so much
It's
in
like-
that show that was good,
yeah.
but one of the things I really liked was how it showed that, like, all these different religions across the world at like around the same time all had like this same like depiction of like someone coming out of the water and like helping them do something, you know, like it like all had these same kind of godlike figures that popped up at the same time around the world, and just makes you think like something happened, you know,
so-
like somebody showed up, like something came here and
Some
did
mutual
you know,
experience.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like all of this didn't just happen across the world
So,
by chance.
I know,
you know?
I know you already explained that you can't read, so I'm sorry. I can't. I'm going to recommend this book, but you're never going to read it because it's like this thick. But it's
Audiobook, bro.
But audiobook. There you go. You got to get. I'm sure there's an
I
audiobook
feel like that's
version
cheating
of
though, so I don't do it.
it. Are you kidding
What
me?
the fuck?
It's just like,
Bro.
it's like a podcast. Like listen to a podcast.
Okay,
Listen to a book.
So
Yeah,
there's so I used to drive back and forth from like the east side of Austin to like Fort Cavassier, and
to Oklahoma.
I read so many fucking I listened to so
I was gonna say
many
you didn't
books,
read books.
and
I listened to so
expanded
many.
my like knowledge. Like
Yeah.
it's like a lot of times like when I'm like in the gym, I'll be like, especially when I'm doing like my warm up, I'll be listening to an audiobook.
Yeah.
And like I have so many books like on Audible that I have to like knock out.
Dude, Spotify has like free books now if you pay for the premium. Which brings
I
me back to-
refuse to do
Free
that.
if you pay for it.
So Nick, what is your book recommendation? For
Oh
Cody?
yeah, so it's Graham Hancock, the guy who did the series. His first book, it's Fingerprints of the Gods. And,
I've heard of that.
and that's what like a
Okay.
lot of the book is.
Is
And
it
it's
about
like,
psychedelics too? Isn't it a little bit?
No, I don't think there's any psychedelics in it, but it's talking about how like all these different in different places all across the world at different times. Like I don't know if it was specifically the same time, but like basically a figure would like come and visit them and like
Right.
teach them how to do
Right,
agriculture
yeah,
and like how to
yeah.
like do these like extra things. And I think the book kind of alludes to that it was like people from what was like Atlantis, like that Atlantis was like a real place, which there's like also like some
Ooh,
other.
so speaking of that, like
I think they talk about that on the series.
Jason Momoa?
That's what I was talking
The
about.
new fucking Aquaman movie.
Oh my
It's
God,
actually- it's kind of
yeah.
good.
the Tic Tac
Yeah.
sighting, the Tic Tac UFO, or
Yeah.
what is it called now? Not UFO, it's
Flying.
unknown flying.
What, they have a politically correct term for
Bro,
UFO now.
it's like the tip
No.
over.
Really?
thing. It's like
it's
the
a
tip over
UFO.
thing.
It's
Okay.
a UFO, bro.
Listen, it's not a politically correct term. It's a term that the government uses to actually research these things. So
Okay.
when you look up UFO, it's an outdated phrase. So when you look up UFO, you're only seeing old stuff. Bob Lazar was talking about it on Rogan's podcast.
What's it called?
Unidentified flying phenomenon, which is what they actually use to refer to it within the government.
Shit
So-
sounds super
Same thing.
lame.
But if you look it up, if you look up UFO, you won't find
Yeah.
that within government paperwork. If you look up the unmanned or unidentified flying phenomenon, I believe is what it's called, you'll find it within government paperwork. So you can actually find real stuff. So,
I'm convinced I've seen a UFO before.
I know I have too.
It was,
But,
me
the
and my
Tic Tac
buddy.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah. So
How
I'll
old
let
were
you
you?
back to that. But
It was just a few years ago.
the Tic Tac thing, just because you reminded me of the
Convinced.
Atlantis thing, there is a subsurface object as well within that same sighting. So there was actually an object under the water, on the surface of the water that they saw, that was like kind of like somehow connected with the Tic Tac
Oh
sighting.
damn.
So they talked about it on the
Yeah, I
Lazar
remember.
thing too. But so there's a lot of like sightings of UFOs going, or UFO whatever, going into the water. and then like kind of staying there. So they think there's something underwater too, from what I understand.
Dude, I mean, talk about people want to like explore the universe. We don't even know what's
Bro,
underwater.
the Abyss, bro. The movie The Abyss. It's one of my favorite movies because of that. Shit's
All right,
so dope.
I've got a question for y'all.
Okay.
Kind of goes on the alien topic.
Sure.
How do you think humans got here? Like, how do you think not just got here, but like how we are today? Like,
Prometheus.
how do you think that happened?
Have you seen Prometheus?
I don't think so.
What?
I might have.
Oh, sorry guys, it's unidentified aerial phenomenon. So
Oh, yeah.
UAP.
Prometheus.
What is?
Watch the movie Prometheus.
It's
expand on that.
I think it's the prequel to Alien.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
there's
I've
these
seen
beings
that,
that come
yeah.
down and like the dude like sacrifices himself.
They, like,
and then
seed the earth.
organ is exactly.
So you think like aliens came and gave us life?
Yeah, and also like just because
But then-
I think that's a thing, it doesn't mean that I don't believe in God. But like,
But-
if God is like
Doesn't it?
like no, because I think that evolution is a thing.
I mean,
Okay.
evolution.
So you
in-
don't think they dropped humans down? You think they just dropped life down?
Yeah, and then
Well,
we
yeah.
evolved, and then like, but
So-
God is the one that like did that.
Yeah. So.
What is God to you?
Well, that's like a
Ooh,
total.
God, we're
That's a
getting
big
wed.
question.
Oh shit.
We don't have time for that.
I think that's another
We got
podcast.
Oh my
flights
God,
to
wait,
talk about,
a
bro.
kid in
We're,
my
like,
class
we've been doing- How
yesterday-
long have we been going?
Over an hour.
I have to leave in like
yeah,
10
bro.
minutes.
Yeah, we gotta cut it. You gotta
Yeah,
teach
you gotta
it.
teach the kids class.
Wait, real quick. A kid in my class yesterday, so they were misbehaving, and I stopped all of them. And I was like, "Hey guys, did everyone remember to bow onto the mats today? Like, you know what it means,
Yeah.
right? It means that you show respect to your teachers and your classmates and everything." And one of the kids was like, "And God," and I just kind of like tried to not like ignore it, sort of, and then like they kept saying like, and it shows, and you show respect to God, and I was just like, yeah, depending on what you believe in. And like a few of the parents bust out laughing. Like I'm not trying to make jujitsu religious, but it's
I mean,
funny.
it is a
kind of
religious
is
cult.
though. If you think about it,
Yeah.
it came from Brazil, and they love
Jesus.
the Jesus.
Also, we
came from Japan.
And also, I grew up Catholic. I also love the Jesus. I'm just saying, like it's like
The Jesus
like
or just
acai and
Jesus?
Jesus and
The
jiu-jitsu.
Jesus.
Yeah,
There's a difference because the Jesus is a what's it called? What's that movie?
The Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski reference. Yeah,
Jesus.
the Jesus. Yeah.
Let's do this because you have to be good. Like no, you like literally
No, I got my warm ups covered, so I'm good.
Oh, good. No, but
All right, cool.
we'll cut it.
So let's do
in a
this.
second.
Let's go through.
No, we don't have time for UFC.
Okay. Yeah, all right, we're good.
And maybe we'll do another one with you. We'll talk about the UFC fights.
Yeah.
All right.
We-
That was
Like,
fun.
Carrie's like, I don't know if I'm time.
That was
This
fun, guys.
This is a good
Aliens
one.
and-
This is a good one.
Alien
Like
movies.
people,
and-
like we either
Dude, I
we're
could
gonna
talk for another couple
listen,
hours about
we
aliens.
are either going to get more fans or we're going to have people shut it off as soon as we say aliens.
Well, if you shut it off
See what
because we're
happens.
talking about the potential of aliens, then you're closed-minded and
Yeah.
you should be ashamed of yourself.
I mean,
Oh my god, that's like when he was like soccer
shaming our-
yeah, that's
shaming
like,
our listeners.
That's like when my guy was like soccer's stupid. I was like half of the earth hates you now. And he's
gotta
like,
think, man. You
it's
gotta
your
think.
opinion though, and that's okay.
Did I
There's
say
nothing
that?
wrong with
well,
that.
yeah, that's my favorite thing about discussing
like
this
something
kind of
your
topic.
opinion's stupid.
No,
his
but
is fine.
my favorite thing about discussing this kind of topic is that it always ends with nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody
nobody can say for like with certainty like how we got here, what
Yeah.
what made nobody knows. You
well-
can guess, you can believe in something, and that's
sure.
I have all respect for that. But like nobody knows. You cannot convince me that like
definitely
a certain
not.
God or
True.
something exists.
100%. I think to open one other can of worms and then we're going to leave and not discuss it at all. Simulation theory, basically.
Very possible, very
More-
possible.
Look
More
into
likely
it,
than
guys.
not.
More and more possible every single day when you see like
Every
VR and stuff.
day.
Yeah, dude. For real. All right. But that's it, guys. Cody, we'll let you go teach class.
Cool.
Awesome that you got someone to cover
Yeah,
you.
thanks
But
for coming in.
Go beat up those little
Yup.
3-year-olds. I can't
Yep.
believe 3-year-olds do jujitsu, honestly. That
Yeah,
seems
they try.
impressive.
Isn't
They
there-
try.
we talked about this before. There's that commercial where the girl's like 5.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like, I got so much stuff to do this weekend. I got to do jiu-jitsu. I got to
Yeah.
do this. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Like and
Thanks, guys.
subscribe.
Yeah. Like
Don't
and
forget
subscribe.
to get
Share
you
with your
some.
friends.
If you're busy and you're always on the go and
you don't
like
want
to do
staff.
jiu-jitsu
And you don't want that.
and you don't want a skin
MRSA or
infection,
ringworm.
get you because it doesn't like I think they sell them in like packs like baby wipes.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. This is very aggressive. You don't have to get this.
But
This is
also
the bulk, like,
it's
for the
awesome
office one.
because this thing has lasted forever. It's been like past like again. There's one in every office, but this is the one that's his. There's one in our office too, and that
Yeah.
thing has been there forever, and we use it all the time. So if you're busy and you're on the go, and you want to keep your skin clean, get you some defense wipes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Peace out, guys. This
Thanks,
is a good
guys.
one. We'll talk more about aliens some another
See
time.
ya.
Bye, Cody. Go teach.